Hey guys, how was your weekend? I just got back about, I don't know, an hour and a half ago. I haven't even unpacked yet. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to lie. Evening, Fletcher, Khalid, Casper, Mason, Tenor, Optical. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And to all those lurking in the background, welcome as well. Looks like we're in that lovely mid 700s area again that has been extremely choppy. So if we can get back up to 780 and see a rejection somewhere like above 80, I'll probably try a short. There are levels here at 720, 740, and 760. They're not ideal levels to be executing from, so I'm kind of going to be patient here and see what we get. If we break below 720, I might try the short down into 660, 680-ish, somewhere in there. We'll have to see. It's doing a little dumpy right now, Optical. Yeah, I see that. What was with the open? This looks wild. Evening, Pegs. How was your weekend, brother? You feeling all right? Yeah, apologies for not getting back to you on Friday. I was out the door. I was out the door. And I decided this weekend to kind of just get away from internet slash Discord slash everything. Trip was good. Trip was good. It was nice to have a break from trading and not have any of that kind of talk. Just spent time with a family member, and that was about it. That was about it. It was nice to get away from everything for a little bit. I feel like I've been in this grind mode since, I don't know, since like December, really. Between editing, trying to create content. What's up, R-Dub? And then actually trading and doing all that stuff. I feel like I haven't had like a lot of time off. Because even when I'm off of the charts or away from the desk, you know, I'm doing stuff around the house. Or like on Thursday, I had to go and fix my car. It's been one thing after another. I needed a little break. I was starting to hit that burnout mode. But we're back. We're refreshed. Hopefully I get some good sleep tonight. And we come back tomorrow all fired up and ready to make some money. Shoot, let's try and make some money tonight. We'll see what we get. I'm not real enthused with where NQ is right now. Gold is kind of... I mean, we're right back at that 3340 area. So I don't know. I kind of want to see 780 get traded at least one more time. Maybe even 800. We'll see what happens, though. But how was your guys' weekend? Pegs, we didn't really get into any trouble. We just kind of hung out, chilled, talked. It was relaxing. It was an old man vacation. Yeah, Fletcher, I'd imagine this time of year in Florida is not ideal. Tell me this, though, guys. I don't know where you're at, like if you live in the U.S., but do you guys get rounds of cicadas? Because the cicadas here are outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Like hundreds of dead cicadas that I have to blow off my driveway and front doorstep every day. Ooh, Optical, July 11th. Yeah. It's going to be hot, brother. It's going to be hot and humid. Fletcher and I think Savvy. R-Dub lives in South Florida as well. Oh, that's right, Fletcher. Actually, I remember that. When I lived in South Carolina, they would drive trucks around and spray. Your wife wants to move. Here's the only thing about Florida, right? Like, you do deal with hurricanes quite a bit. You're definitely on hurricane watch from like really June all the way through early November. I remember living in Charleston. It wasn't as bad as Florida, but we would be on hurricane watch. Don't move here, please. We're full. That's where all the retirees go because they can't handle the cold weather anymore, Fletch. Casper Brittany wants to move to Arizona. Apparently, it's too cold over here. South Georgia is full also, Porch says. Porch, are you on the East Coast in Georgia? Like, are you over towards, like, Savannah? Like dead smack in the middle of Georgia. So you are Florida Georgia line then, huh? He's just gonna act like last week didn't happen. Brother, you're good. Last week, so like the tail end of last week was really tough. Friday was tough. Thursday should have been, looking at the price action, I wasn't at my desk a whole lot, but it didn't seem like it was that bad. It was just volatile. And if you were operating in the wrong spots or kind of like just blindly entering, I can see that being a little difficult or getting waxed really quick. But Friday was tough, right? Like you couldn't get anything running, really. You kind of just had to scalp and take what you could get. Because it was just chopping that 800 levels. Like, that 800 level was just being a pain all day. And it was slow grindy kind of on the up moves. From what I remember. Like, it would look really heavy and then it would just turn around and slow grind and retrace everything. So it was just a day that you had to secure profits. If you were trying to catch runners, it wasn't ideal. I'm hoping that the overnight gets us out of this little area, whether we get confirmation on a hold above 800 and try to go test last week's highs, you know, up here in the mid 900s, or we get the rejection here at 780 to 800 for the down move back into 560. Like that's my immediate read right now. I don't know what the overnight's going to bring, but like I said, if we can come up here and get a little rejection here in the 780 to 800 level, I'm not opposed to trying the short down here targeting the 660, 640 area. I would imagine 640 probably gets traded again with all this action here and the big move away, but not able to go and chase those highs from the prior day. I would expect this to get traded again, and it's either going to act as a launching pad or it's going to fail, and we're probably dipping below 560 at that point, back into 21,400. But immediate read, that's what I'm looking at. Man, the pivots are kind of wide. Now that I'm looking at them, really wide pivots. Let's see what the Glizzy's doing. Right at Kelp Mid right now. Kind of rejecting off of it. Yeah, I kind of want to see price get above this Kelp Mid and see some rejection step in up at that 780 to 800 level. That's my immediate read. Pegs, you just got to wipe it from the brain, brother. On to the next. On to the next. That's the only thing you really can do. What's ES doing? ES sitting right at 6K. Lovely. Lovely. All the things are great right now. We could be in for a world of chop tonight, guys. Just gonna wait for a pre-market. Yeah, we'll get a little better feel about what I'm expecting tomorrow morning. Sunday opens are kind of, I don't know, they're kind of iffy, you know. Right now I'm kind of leaning short side, being that we're trading underneath 800 and 780. Like I said, there are levels here at 760, 740, and 720. But it is a lot of chop. Looks like everybody's still enjoying their weekend. We got 14 people in here right now. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you. This was like a last minute stream. I didn't even plan. Honestly, I didn't know if I was going to make it home and in time to stream, to tell you the truth. But decided, heck, let's see what happens. I got nothing better to do this evening, so we'll hang out with you guys for a bit. That's why you have 140 miles per hour. No, Casper, I'm good on the 140 miles per hour on the freeway, especially like on Ohio freeways. Nah, cops there do not like that. Once you get into Kentucky, it's not bad. But definitely, like, between Dayton and Cincinnati, ooh, they like to get you. They're sneaky. They're sneaky. The best is when they're completely hidden and you just can't see them. Oh, you're in Youngstown Optical? Yeah, Youngstown's a little rough. That's a little rough area. Yeah, Pegs, you know. See, Pegs, Christopher in the chat there, he used to drive trucks as well. So he knows. He knows. He's made that trip from Detroit to Cincinnati quite a few times. Yeah, Youngstown, like, Youngstown's over by Akron, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's over by Akron. About an hour away? Okay. All right, we're coming up into that 780, 800. Let's see what happens up here. I'm not opposed to, if we see a rejection step in, I'm not opposed to trying the short and riding it down. I would prefer closer to 800 for the entry. Probably be risking a little bit if you take that 780 short. Looks like we got a block resting right below 790 as well. So we'll see if we start to see sellers step in up here. Visited Ohio one winter. Y'all can keep that mess. Look, like, Ohio's not that bad, right? When I lived in Detroit, though, I'm telling you, the snowfall, the lake effect, and all that, Northern Ohio kind of gets it. Kind of gets that same amount of snow. Because once you get around those Great Lakes, like, the lake effect is just crazy. It will literally dump 14 inches of snow on you in a few hours. It's nuts. Yeah, optical, like, Ohio likes to keep its... Yeah, Tony, you're right. West Michigan Lakeshore is the worst. Good evening, by the way. Yeah, really that whole, like, all of Michigan. I lived about 28 miles north of Detroit when I lived there. And there were times where you couldn't even get out the front door without shoveling your way out because there was so much snow. Like, you would get done snow blowing your driveway because you didn't want to shovel it. But then the plows would come by and plow that sloppy, wet, nasty mess. It would just turn into a brick of ice at the end of your driveway, and you'd be chiseling your way out just to get out. What's up, Rice? Yeah, Tony, you're right. Yeah, you measure it by feet. Anything less than a foot, it doesn't seem like a whole lot. I know. I know. See, like, when I lived in Chicago, Chicago wasn't... Like, we got a lot of snow in Chicago, but it wasn't as bad as I remember it being in Detroit, right? Like, definitely not the mountain, because you're on the front side of the lake, of Lake Michigan. So, like, it didn't seem that bad. Yes, it was very cold in Chicago. It definitely got cold there. I was on the north side, Fletch. Lincoln Park, and for a little bit I lived up near the Wisconsin border and by Gurnee. Yeah, Porch. Porch, that was the craziest thing. So when I moved to South Carolina, it was weird because all the schools were shut down when it got like 32 degrees. Like, everything would just shut down. It was crazy. But they aren't equipped to handle any kind of snow. Like, they don't have salt. They just drop sand. Why have I lived everywhere? Well, in my younger years, Fletcher, my dad was an engineer for Chrysler. And they moved him around quite a bit. So that's why I've lived a lot of different places. People live in Detroit. Yeah, optical. You know, you mentioned 8 Mile. I lived at like 28 Mile. Everybody knows Detroit by the mile roads. You thought I just uprooted my... So yeah, it's a weird thing. Like, everybody always asks, okay, were you military, right? Because military people move around quite a bit. But it's just become the normal. But what I don't have in my life anywhere... Evening, Casper. Or evening, Chris. What I don't have in my life is like those lifelong friends. Like, I don't talk to anybody from my childhood. Really hardly anybody from high school even. I talked to maybe one person from high school. Tenor, you went to the Woodward Dream Cruise in 2005. Yeah, that's a big thing in Detroit. The dream cruise is definitely a big thing. Lived in Flint. Woo. Oh, Pegs, you don't have any either? Yeah, I don't have... Like, you know how everybody... Because a lot of people stay in the same hometown that they grew up in, right? Like, I've noticed. Everywhere that I've moved, it's kind of been that way. Most people stay in the same area. Very few people ever leave their hometown or, like, get out. They might go to college or something, but they always end up right back in that same town. That's just not the life that I've chose to live. You know, I wanted to experience things, get around, move. It doesn't really bother me. The first few moves were hard, obviously, when you're young. You know, you have your friends, your buddies. It's hard to leave. But you kind of get used to it. And then when you do stay in one spot for too long, I think the longest I ever stayed in one spot was 8 years. It was Charleston. I mean, that was the longest I had ever lived in one spot. So, yeah, I'm kind of used to moving. The Mercury Marauders. Oh, you had a car club, huh, Tenor? Yeah, Toronto from Detroit isn't that bad of a trip. It's like 4 hours, right? Toronto to Detroit. Florida next, Fletch. All right, we're kind of starting to see what I wanted to see here. I want to see if the buyers want to make one more push higher. I'm not opposed to trying to short from, say, like upper 780s. And I'll risk to above 800. Probably like... I don't know, 804, 805, somewhere in there. Any thoughts? High-low volume on the contract rollover. So, Chris, we have CPI this week as well. I think that'll be the tell. I do think we'll see some volatility. I'm probably not going to roll my charts till after this week is over. But anything that I'm going to say right now is just going to be a guess. Like, rollover weeks are kind of always that way. You know, there's some volatility involved, especially when they fall on news weeks. You got CPI on Wednesday, PPI on Thursday. And then obviously rollover into Friday. So I'll probably roll either Sunday night or Monday morning. Probably Monday morning is when I'll roll my charts. Or roll the charts over. Looks like people are slowly filing in. Welcome, guys. Welcome all. Thanks for tuning in. Last minute stream. Hit that thumbs up button for me if you could. Let's get that YouTube algorithm to love us. What's good, King? Welcome. Man, is it just going to smack 780 here? It's starting to look like it might. At least back down into 60 maybe. I want to see the quick sweep above. And then see the sellers. We got this block sitting here. I don't even know how big it is. Let's see how big it is. At 788. Oh, it's only 38. Man, the books are thin tonight. Real low volume. Fletcher, I don't know about Florida, brother. I don't know if I'm moving to Florida. It's hot and humid. While I miss living next to the beach, right? I don't know if I want to deal with hurricane watch for 6 months out of the year either. Florida's one of those places that I would not mind owning, like Airbnb, and just renting it out until the winter time, and then go. But I kind of like the Midwest. You know, you have seasons. I don't mind the fall and spring here. It's like perfect temperature wise, you know, 60 degrees. And I know people consider Kentucky the South, but it's not really the South. It's the Midwest. Like it's all the same. It's all the same. Yeah, R-Dub, I know. That's the other thing, right? Like cost of living is drastically different here than it has been anywhere else that I've lived. It's actually relatively cheap. Yeah, Chris, Kentucky or Yankees to you? Yeah, we're in the Midwest. I mean, it's the Midwest. The Ohio River is literally 20 minutes from my house. Fletcher, the snow is... The snow just doesn't... I don't know. It doesn't bother me like that, right? Like, it just doesn't bother me like that. You don't want white Christmases, Fletch? You'd rather have palm trees? Might be a long up on gold. Let's see. What are we looking at on gold? See, the problem with like taking longs on gold, Chris, for me right now is that the markets are hanging up, and you kind of want the indexes to be heading down for longs on gold, just because of the inverse relationship generally between the two. It is kind of range bound though, isn't it? I mean, it's a wide range, but it's kind of range bound. Chris, what would you be targeting? Like 33.60, somewhere around in there? This shelf, this ledge, this sell off. All right, so you're using fundamentals pretty much for that analysis. All right, looks like we're rolling over off 780. To 55.60. Oh my goodness, this guy is going for a home run. Just I mean, that's like an investment trade. We're not talking. Oh, 33.25 to 33.55 to... Okay, I got you now. Okay, we're on the same page. I was like 55.60. What are This guy's going for a $2,000 gold trade. He's going for retirement in one night. It's not that bad. It says so. Here's the one bad thing about snow. I will say this, Fletcher, right? Like, because most places they get a lot of snow have to drop salt all over the ground. Your car is dirty until summertime, right? There's piles of snow in every parking lot until like late May from all the plowing. And you just can't keep your car clean at all. The Rust Belt, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate all of you. All right. We've got a few rejections here. And I kind of wanted to see a little bit higher than what we got. We got to 84. I kind of wanted to see upper 80s get traded. We might still get that. Yeah, I wanted higher too, R-Dub. I think I might have missed my entry, unfortunately. Like, you really had to blind faith the 780. I think you might be able to get 60 out of it. You know, maybe front run 60 at like 61. Somewhere around in here. At a minimum. You want to take a slingshot to work every once in a while? Oh, that's right, Fletcher. You ride a bike, don't you? Yeah, Pegs. I wanted higher. I wanted up in here. I might have missed it though. The vehicle. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Pegs, I needed something a little bit higher. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to blind faith those entries, you know? I mean, that's how a lot of your tapping goes. Like, a lot of big trades are kind of that way sometimes, especially when it's really volatile. Obviously, right now, it's not too volatile, but when it is really, really volatile, you kind of have to trust the level. You just have to put the limit order there and hope for the best kind of deal. I mean, if your risk is in check, you're fine. I mean, I think my analysis is to the point now where I should be trusting it a little bit more than what I am. I know you guys trust it. You guys probably trust it more than myself, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to get it. I don't know that I'm going to get a better entry than that 780 entry. Whoever caught that, GG's. No, King, I haven't taken anything yet. I just got back into town not too long ago. It was kind of a last-minute stream and got to the desk. And we were kind of like, when I got on, we were kind of chopping in the like 750s. And I really want nothing to do with an entry in here. I'd rather be operating at the extremes. Fletcher, downside? Well, a strong rejection here below 800 would have me thinking I would probably be targeting all the way down here 660 or 640, to tell you the truth. That would be the most logical move, right? You see how strong this is off that rejection off 780. I told you, I mean, said we could get 760 out of it more than likely. It looks like we're probably even going to get 740 out of it. And if 740 cracks, I'm thinking, I mean, there's a little support here above 700, but this would be the target for me. Obviously, if I was short from 780, I would have the stop at probably. I would at least lock in $100 at this point. Have it at 75 because there are levels here at 760, 740, and 720. They're just not like really strong levels. Man, I was talking about that 780 that whole time too when we were trading in here, and I just did not execute. We started talking about snow, and I got sidetracked. Stupid snow. I know, Chris. The grinds during RTH to the north side they've been rough. What was it? It was Thursday that we had kind of a heavy sell. Like the levels were playing pretty well on Thursday. You just had to be executing at the extremes in order to make good money. I think I was short from 780 at 2 separate occasions. Once around the open, and then once in the middle of the afternoon that day. Both were pretty good trades. Oh, nice, Chris. Yeah, Thursday was the price action was great, and then then Friday rolled around. Thursday was great, right? It was moving really well, and then Friday came and it was a dud. I should have just hopped on at 75 when we were trading there. I kind of knew that rejection at 780 was pretty clear. I just hesitated. Oh, you're back to even? Nice, Chris. Nice, Chris. Especially after being down like that. Oh, that's your year to date? Okay. I mean, way to battle back. Yeah, Peg C. Chris battled back. You just have to, like, the short-term memory loss is key, right? Like, you have to keep trading when you're struggling, unfortunately. Mason. Yeah, I mean, that 780 short is paying right now. I'm a little upset that I didn't take it, but that's okay. I mean, at least I'm seeing it well. I'll take the psychological win every now and again. Even though I prefer the real thing, I'll take the psych win. It's looking like nobody wants to be at their charts other than us tonight, guys. This is actually the least amount of views one of the streams has gotten in a while. Yeah, look, Pegs, like we all struggle. I've talked about my struggles. Um, Even the best traders have down periods, right? They all do. It's all about how you deal with them. I mean, you just kind of have to learn from your mistakes and move on, right? Markets are always changing. What's up, Savvy? Savvy's another Florida boy, guys. All right, Pegs. Go rest that knee, brother. Guys, Pegs is driven trucking in the chat there. He's recently had a knee surgery and is in a lot of pain going through PT and everything. He's had quite a few of them, so keep him in your thoughts and prayers. Turned 2K of Bitcoin into 20K Bitcoin in 2017. Gave it all away in 2018. Yeah. Yeah, Pegs, of course, man. It's never any fun, like, when you're dealing with a lot of pain. Just, it sucks. Sucks. Okay, let's see here. R-Dub, I see you in Discord. R-Dub, you use Ranko charts? I've never used Ranko charts. I wouldn't even know where to begin as far as using Rankos. It almost looks like a makeshift Haikanashi. Like, I know a lot of people say they use them for like continuation or momentum type plays. But you guys know me. My trading's really simple. C level, trade level. Speaking of which, I haven't talked to Goose in a couple weeks. I gotta reach out to him. Guy's been lurking in the shadows, I'm sure, keeping an eye on everything, but I actually haven't spoken to him in a couple weeks. Need to see how he's doing. Man, the 780 short was good. Oh, man, guys. The problem is I can't enter here. Even though I know there's like intermediate levels every 20 points here. It could go either way from any of these. So, like, this one was clear. All these in between are not very clear. The 20E May cross plays. Yeah, I'll have to do a little research on them. before I can give my honest opinion on like Rankos or even Heikinashi for that matter. I know some traders do have success with them, right? Because they do kind of eliminate noise. You know, the red candle, green candle, red candle, green candle, red candle, green candle tour that we go on sometimes. I guess it would eliminate that a little bit. I'm just so used to time-based candles that I don't know how long it would take me to get used to something like that. All right, we're kind of bouncing here a little bit. Let's see. Man, I can't execute from here. I can't take anything at 760. I missed the move, and anything that I'm going to take here would just be kind of a FOMO play, and I'm not going to do it. Not the first trade of the week. I'm going to be smart. Yeah, Mason, exactly, smart. Yeah, it's just, anything that I would take in here is just going to be a FOMO because I missed that 780 short, and I'm just not. I know what happens when I do that. I get chopped, right? Like I just take $200 loss after $200 loss. So I'm not going to do it. Yeah, I mean any entry in here is FOMO. The entry was up there where we talked about at 780, and you'd still be holding technically. In fact, now you could even move your stop down to probably 71 and be fine. Lock in $200 and you like that's where I would be. See if you can get that knife down. You're making me feel great right now, Rice. Making me feel great. Making the FOMO real bad. $20 into 50K challenge a few times now. You missed it too? Okay. All right, Rice. Thank goodness I'm not the only one who slept on it. Yeah, my brain's not clicking yet. I mean, the visual was there. The read was there, right? Like, I definitely called that long before we got there. But just did not. We were talking about snow. I got sidetracked. Scatterbrained. But yeah, I mean, any entry definitely is a FOMO entry at this point. 100% is a FOMO entry. I mean, next bounce is going to be probably 740. Might even bounce here at 750. And And it's going to chop 740, 760 for a little bit. Then it's going to... Oh, you're moving back to Michigan in the fall, Rice? Got a lot of Michiganders in the chat. A lot of them. Working from home, no commutes, yeah. Like even here, right? Like I moved to Louisville like 5 years ago. 5 years ago? Yeah, like 5 years ago. And everything was wide open. Traffic was not that bad at all. And in the last 5 years, this place is just built out. It seems like everywhere I move is like that. Like it almost feels like, you know, not small town, but small enough town where you can get around and get places relatively quickly. And then in the 5 years that come after, everywhere that I move, everything just builds out like a disease and just takes over. And then it takes, you know, 45 minutes to go 10 miles. I will say, though, Chicago traffic was definitely the worst out of all of them. Charleston was kind of getting there towards the end of my stay. But Chicago was bad. Luckily, Chicago has good public transportation with the trains. They have a pretty good train system. So you don't really have to drive anywhere. You can just take the trains. It's not that bad, but there's a lot of pre-planning involved when you are using the trains as a commute. I've never ridden the New York subway, so I don't know how that is as far as timing is concerned. But I've heard it's gross. I've heard the New York subway, you don't really want to be riding the New York subway. And Louisville just has a bus system like every other city out there. Speaking of trains, do you guys, so you Georgia boys, have you ever flown in or out of Atlanta? If so, I have a story about those trains. Houston's just buses as well, Pegs. So my first time going through Atlanta, right? It was just a layover that I was flying into Charleston. Okay, then you guys will understand this. I was flying to Charleston, and I only had like a 45-minute layover, and my next terminal, my connecting terminal, was all the way on the other side of the airport, and so we kind of got delayed getting off our plane. And so the flight attendant came up to me because I kind of looked like nervous of like looking at my watch and like checking the time and everything. And she came up to me and she goes, what's your gate? And so I showed her my ticket. And I had maybe 15 minutes to get to the other side. And she's like, okay, you're going to have to go get on the train really quick, right? So I did. After I got off the plane, I ran on, got on the train. The train door closes. Dude, those trains in this airport take off 0 to 70 miles an hour in about 2.5 seconds, dude. I faceplant on this train with my bags and all, and everybody is just staring at me like, dude, what are you doing? I've never been more embarrassed than I was in that moment. I am not lying. I literally faceplanted trying to sprint onto this train. And that thing, I was not expecting it to go 0 to 70 in about 2.5 seconds at all. That thing, those things take off, bro. They take off. It's like a roller coaster ride, man. That you have no time, 0 time to react, and you better be holding on for dear life when it happens too. It's crazy. Unbelievable. You got to MJ lean. Bro, I'm telling you, you don't even have time to react. When you're just trying to get on and those doors close right behind you, like you have nothing to hang on to, right? And they are just off, bro, like a rocket ship. Like so fast. It was nuts. Yeah, Mason, you get back on the plane. There's no choice, Mason. Like, so Atlanta Airport is really, really big because it's one of the major like connector hubs in the United States. Like that's where a lot of connector flights go in and out of for the entire East Coast or South. So like that's where all of them go. You either go there or the other closest one is like Charlotte, North Carolina, right? Which isn't as big, but there's still a lot of traffic there. But Atlanta's massive. Chicago's big. Like O'Hare Airport is massive too, but Atlanta's really, really big. Like really, really big. And so if your connecting flight is on the other side of the airport, you don't have a lot of time. Like you have to take these trains. And if you're flying in and that door closes right behind you and you don't have something to hang on to, good night. Good night. Like you are hitting the ground 100%. DC Air. I don't think I've ever been through DC. At least not the airport. I've been to DC, but I don't think I flew there. I want to say we drove. DC airport's the best. I mean, it makes sense, right? You gotta fly those politicians in and out of nice, ritzy airports. You know what airport I like best, Fletcher? I like Charleston's airport. It's a 2-terminal airport with 1 runway that they share with the Air Force base. Like you are in and out of there so fast. Those are the kind of airports I like. Wait, Fletcher, about DC or about Charleston? What's good, Megamind? Charleston? Okay, go on. Do tell. Sidetrack me so I'm not so upset about missing my 780 short. You're not a fan of an airport you have to run. Yeah, like, and that's pretty much everywhere now. Pegs. That is definitely a lot. Most airports, at least major city airports. Okay, 200 block at 761. Oh my gosh, Fletch. It's snoozing in the airport. Tell me this, guys. So can you sleep in public places? I mean, obviously Fletcher can, but it was induced sleep. I can't. You do the same thing in Vegas? Sheesh. I can't sleep in public places. So like airplane sleeping, I can't. You can sleep anywhere? Oh, I wish. Yeah, man, I'm not going to lie. I almost have to have a bed in order to sleep. Like I can't even sleep on a couch. I'm always jealous of those people that, you know, you're at like a party or whatever, and they're just sitting there on the couch, just sitting up, all passed out. I mean, I wish, man. Fletcher, you're grabbing ladies on the plane. Yeah, Pegs. That's why I fear, like, when I do finally go to the UK, because obviously I have to go to the UK at some point to visit Mason and some other people over there. That flight, you know, I might have to just go first class. I might have to get the better flight just so I can have the bed like atmosphere in the huge space around me. I might just have to drop the money and do it so that I can get some sleep. I mean, that's a long flight to not get any sleep. Fletcher, just eat half the gummy before your flight next time. Or take a 3-week boat trip. Mason, that might even be more expensive than flying. Like, round trip airline tickets from the US to the UK to like London are less than $1,000. I want to say any boat trip would be maybe double that. Yeah, Pegs, I think I'm going to have to. I think that's what I'll have to do if I want to get any kind of sleep. Not only that, technically you're going ahead 5 hours as well. I think our conversation has scared some people off. We have like 15 people in here right now. That's all right. I'm having a good time nonetheless. You would have normal sleep schedule by US standards, Mason? No, Mason, waking up at 4 p.m., that would be 11 a.m. our time. That's still not normal. That's still not normal. Although you are technically if you were in the US, you would be called a college student, but a uni student over there. So I guess, yeah, I guess. Yeah, guys, Mason didn't wake up till 4 p.m. his time today. Guys, tomorrow I am going to, obviously I'll do my pre-market trading plan, but I'm going to try and work on the next Quant Tower setup video for you guys, so you have a little more view about how to set up your charts somewhat similar to mine. It's probably going to be a little bit longer video. Pegs has given me some good information on what YouTube likes, like for length of video. They don't necessarily love the really short length videos, so we're going to shoot for probably about a 10-minute clip. So there will probably be a lot more involved in it than what was in the last one. But your charts should look somewhat similar to mine. I'm going to try to do the features that you don't need a level 2 license in order to have them on your charts. I'll probably add those on and just go over those about how I add them on. But hopefully we can get that out either tomorrow. Probably Tuesday morning is what I'm thinking that'll be out by. I'm going to try to get some good sleep tonight. Get back at it. You need to reset. This is your last Globex stream, Mason. Yeah, I mean, look, the Globex streams are not ideal for the people that live in the UK or those that live in India, you know. I mean, honestly, in India, they're probably just now getting ready to wake up for their day. Like when they're on, when I begin the streams, it's like 4 a.m. their time, you know. So I apologize, but the Globex streams have been better. I think Thursday I'm gonna do like a power hour afternoon stream instead of doing the Globex stream, or maybe I'll do both on Thursday. I don't know. I still haven't decided, but we kind of want to try out that time slot and see what happens. We're still kind of toying around with like streaming schedule, you know. Globex has been great, but we want to see if maybe the afternoon streaming time might be good as well. Something that has a little more action than like what we're seeing right now. There was really one good entry since I got on tonight, and we were talking about snow instead of trading. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. I gotta take this call. All right, we back. I'm not gonna lie, I might try this gold long here. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Well, that was quick exit. I don't even know what I did there. Must have hit flatten accidentally. What did I lose? Oh, I only lost $20. Okay, I'm all right. I was like, what did I lose there? I accidentally right-clicked after I hit the left click, and like the order was just gone all of a sudden. Probably a good thing though. That was a bad entry. I don't know how to trade gold, Chris. I don't know how you do this. I've gotten lucky with gold when I've traded it on stream. See a gap down here at 33.15. I mean, NQ's really... I'm really upset that I missed the one entry that I had for the night on NQ. I mean, I should be up close to $800 on this position. Frustrating. You might have microed it like everything else in life. Hey, Fletcher, I mean, you know, it was a good read. It was a good, solid read, right? Like, I slept on it. That's all there is to it. And unfortunately now it's gone. Like that, the trade is gone. I think eventually we do. Fletch, 720. Oh, nice trade, Chris. I see it. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. It's not a trade. Okay, you're waiting. I gotcha. I gotcha. We're on the same page now. Yeah, I mean, look, like what I'm seeing. I mean, we're down at prices that we haven't traded in a little bit. Okay, so here's the gap. Yeah, I can see that. I think you have a... yeah, I think that's a good read. So right in here on this bounce. Yeah, yeah. I can see that. Well, it looks like that long would have played out a little bit for some money. I don't know. I'm just missing every move tonight. That's all there is to it. I'm a little bit slow. Yeah, Chris, have you noticed that gaps have just been like gap and goes a lot recently? Here's the thing on NQ. There's a 250 point gap that's been gone for, I mean, a month now. I mean, we're going on a month with no real even attempt to close it. I've almost forgot about it. It's been that long. I've almost forgot about that gap that we have on NQ. Right? This one. Almost forgot about it. I mean, this is the look on the 4 hour. But yes, I would like this thing to start rolling over and come back. Like, come back down here. Really, I'd like to see below 20K again, but I don't think we're going to get there. I don't think we're going to get there. Let's see, where's the, I mean, look at the daily 20 now, all the way up here at 21,364. I mean, you got the daily 100. I mean, now all the moving averages are kind of in sync. You know, you got the 20, the 50, the 100, the 200. They're all kind of, I mean, pull back. Pull back to 20K. Pull back to this daily 200, and I can get on board with some serious long positions. But, man, the buying pressure has been outrageous lately. It seems like every attempt down is getting bought into. Every move down. All right, we should get a pretty heavy flush here, I would think. Down into that 720 area. Gold. It's kind of just hanging up there. All right. I think man, this is like I missed the entry. It still feels like a FOMO position, but I think we get this quick flush of these lows. I realize there's blocks up here, but Globex, we kind of like to leave those behind a lot. But this feels like a flush out. Here it comes. Flush here will make a nice FVG. I mean, Fletcher loves those FVGs. He loves them. It feels like it's about to, like the ledge is about to fall off of 740 here. But it's just dumb to enter. Like, it's stupid to enter to be expecting some sort of flush, right? Like, that's not a smart play. You're definitely shorting a low. Like, it would make sense to flush this out, though. 100%. Like, straight up through here usually leads to straight back down. I think if I can get an entry up around like 750, I'd be able to risk to 760. Like, if I can get an entry up in here, I'd be all right with it. We'll see if it wants to come up here and clean up some of this up here first. If it rejects 750, I'll probably just hop on. I'm only going to target probably central pivot down here at 711. See if we can get one last kick up above 750. I might just have to hop on, guys. I might just have to try it. King, no, I'm looking at the short, actually. I just want to see if it can come up back up here and test point of control, kind of. We're here in the mid 750s. We do have a couple orders up here at 760 that it might want to come and grab first. But I'm definitely looking at the short. It's feeling pretty heavy right now. So I think we finally flush out these wicks. Risk would be pretty tight. Probably only risking 10 to 15 points. Let's see if we can get an entry a little bit higher than where we are right now. Oh, don't you do it, Naz. I would prefer like mid 50s to 60 for this entry. I just don't. It's feeling pretty heavy, but I don't want to FOMO in here. I come up and grab these blocks real quick so I can get a read. All right, they're unable to. These buyers are just not able to push it up right now. So we got a few people still hanging around. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. I appreciate you. If you're lurking, say hello in the chat. I got. Hey, Jose. How are you? How was your weekend? Nice, nice. Glad you had a good one. I wish the Nas would pump up a little bit to give me an entry. If we can get a move up about even 10 points higher, I'd be all right with that. 7 points higher. Problem is like with news this week, I don't know that we're gonna get the. I mean, we might get a heavy sell back into like, 300 to 500 area, 21,300 to 21,500 area, 560 ish. But I'm not sure that we're going to get a whole lot of action until CPI comes out on Wednesday. Or at least not a good sense of direction on the week until then. All right, this is just not making the move, guys. I'm going to hit it. It might be a mistake, and wow, it gave me a bad entry, but yeah, Pegs, I mean, until we have a good sense of direction, like, I just, we'll risk to above this candle here, so it's like $200. Until, like, I really think it's not going to be till CPI when you see anything, any kind of major move. That's just the way news weeks go, especially with CPI or FOMC or anything like that. They just, you kind of just chop a little bit most of the week. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you really just have to have your risks tight. That's all. Like, you're just not looking for the huge moves. You take what you can get. I'm just front running central pivot here on this move. I'm hoping we get one of those quick slaps down into like 720-ish. Yeah, so you're just going to be trailing you're trailing the move down. You're just going to be trying to catch, one leg of the move rather than allowing it to breathe like that. Buyer stepped in there below 40. This needs to flush pretty hard here. You can kind of see what I'm seeing here. This aggressive selling got absorbed. Well, thanks to Apex, that's your jam. Yeah. Yeah. That's about right. I mean, they force you to trail. Your cat just unplugged your PC? Oh, man. Don't worry, Fletcher. The market's not moving. At least not yet. It's not moving. Really wish 740 would just get out of the way already. Come down to 720. So at least I can go to break even. Where we at on ES? ES probably still chopping 6K. Yeah, 59.97. So we're just under that 98 level. 59.98. Just kind of hanging out there. Man, 740 just won't crack. I mean, if this area holds on the night, it's probably going to be range bound. You're probably going to be trading, 21,800 to 21,740 till London. This is the bottom of that range. Yeah, ES 98 to what, like 6,008-ish is really the range. All right, let's flush it. There's all this aggressive selling that's just kind of getting absorbed. Let's flush it. Come on. Buyers give up. Oh my goodness. Buyers are just absorbing. Like, look at all this aggressive selling and just no headway. Making no ground. It's not what we want to see. We want to see a hard flush. Flush down here to 30 real quick. And it's just not doing it right now. Right back up. I'm almost half tempted to just take this off for now. It's just getting absorbed. It needs to stop holding the 713 consequent encroachment. What is that? Yeah, 740 needs to flush for sure. But I mean, it's holding. All that selling's getting completely absorbed. Completely absorbed. Like, look at all this. Sellers tried, but they could make at least not yet. They haven't been able to make any headway on that. Now you have aggressive buyers trying to step in and force it back up. I think the buyers might win here. Don't get me wrong, I hope they don't. The damn encroachment. I think it gives way eventually. I just don't know if they want to come back up to 760 up here. Like, my goodness. Every time it hits 740, Fletch. Every single time. It's all right. We'll let it play out. I mean, I'm all right with a $200 loss, you know. I'm okay with it. It's not that bad. I just wish that would have been a flush right there. It was looking really heavy there for a minute. It just didn't happen. Tried. Got absorbed. Hey, what's up, Khaled? Happy Sunday to you as well. They say trading is all mental. No. I mean, we're technical analysis guys for the most part, right? Like, we trade what the charts are telling us. You're mentally controlling the candles. Oh, okay, is that what we're doing? All right. Oh, are we going to do it? Are we going to do it? Nope. Nope, we're not. We're just going to try to hold on to 740 here for as long as we can. Dude astrology. Yeah. Sometimes why... Here we go. All right, really flush it now. Yes, here we go. I think it's too quick to go to break even, but man, I'm half tempted to do it. I don't want the snapback. Come on, Naz, just flush. Just do it one time. You know you want to. Oh my goodness. Flush. Just flush. I don't know how you guys do this all the time, trading on the short side. All right, well, at this point, I don't want it back above 740, so I kind of need to put in a break-even stop. Unfortunately. When it happens, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's just so rare. Like, you're living on the fringes, you know, like... Here comes my stop out. 100% stop out here. Thought we were going to get it, boys. I thought it was going to happen. I thought we were going to get that flush out. Just not going to do it. It's going to end up being a break-even night for me all around. Or am I going to get the save? Yeah, I mean, well, Chris, obviously the entry was the one that I was talking about earlier, right? Like the 780 entry, you would just be chilling in that position right now. Absolutely chilling. Unfortunately, I missed it, and now I have to take the FOMO breakout 740 short. Because knowing that if it does give way and gives way, it'll be a pretty good size flush, more than likely. But the entry's just not great, you know? Like, 740 is not good. You're kind of diddling in the middle, which is not what you want to do. Yeah, Fletcher, you should be chilling. You should be chilling. That 780 short was gold. That was pure perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, I'm front running central pivot with my target right now. I'm gonna let this play out regardless. You know, if it takes me out for a break even or a $20 winner, I'm even on the night. If it hits, it'll be a $600 trade. Chris, you're short on gold after all that talk about going long. Yeah. Kind of just want it to flush though. Like give me at least 730. It should start to get heavy here. Like if we're actually going to take those lows. Taking points to the flip. Oh man, this short is just not doing what I wanted it to do at all. Wanted it to get so heavy right here, and it's just not. It's just hanging up there. Like, come on down to 720 at least. Yes, lower. Just flush. There we go. There we go. Flush it all. 720. No, don't bounce. Come on. This is brutal, guys. I'm not going to lie. Slow grind to the downside. Yeah, it's just weird. It is just weird. I agree. Like 720 is the only thing that makes sense here. Oh, come on. Just go. So ridiculous. There's just no volume. All right, that's it. I'm just taking my $100 here. I'm out. I'm not going to play that game with the Nas tonight. Not going to play the back and forth 15 points. All right, guys. So on the night, that puts me at, what did I make there? 140. So I'm up $120 on the evening on the exit. Yeah, I'm just not gonna play the game. It was a bad entry anyway, a FOMO entry. I shouldn't even have made money on it, to tell you the truth. The miss of the 780 short was in the back of my mind that whole time. I'm gonna go short for the inevitable quick flush. Oh, now that I'm out, yeah, probably. I mean, that's how it goes. Get down to like 31, 32-ish, and then pump all the way up to 38. I'm just not willing to sit through the chop. Like I wanted. So once 740 cracked, ideally what you want to see is the straight flush to take out these lows, right? On an overnight session where there's low volume, the fact that it's just kind of like chopping back and forth 6-7 points has me scared on the short side, because those shorts like are generally fast. Like you got the move away from 780 pretty quick here, right? Like that flushed 20 points in 5 minutes. This is weird. Like, this is strange. So, a big green candle up, I'm not going to watch that trade turn red on me. Like, I'm just not going to do it. With that entry, no way. No way. Looks like we got 25 people in here right now. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. Yeah, see, we're right back at 738 again. Like, this is absurd. All right. I don't know if I'm going to get another trade, guys, tonight. The one trade that I saw, the good trade that I saw, is already played out. At this point, you're just kind of chasing. Even with that 740 entry, I'm just kind of chasing a move. And that's not ideally what you want to be doing. If you can get the flush out of 720, downside into 660, 640 looks really good, in my opinion. But you're going to need to get the flush out here. Otherwise, you are range bound until London, probably. This is a lot of wick action to not just be trying to flush it hard. If sellers were in control that much, I would have thought this would have given way already. These straight up moves generally like to be traded straight down, and it's just not doing the straight. Oh, yeah, see? See, that's what would have happened to me right there. Glad I locked it in now. But I would have liked to see it flush a little bit harder than what it was. Jeez, look at this pump. Out of every... Fletcher's like, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not doing this. I'm done. Yeah, Pegs. Like, you could feel it. On the short side, you want to see those levels crack hard, right? And it just didn't. It was just kind of holding there. So, I knew immediately that something like that was coming. Because if it wasn't, we would have just flushed these lows, flushed 720, maybe had a little stop here at 720 for a minute, and a little bit of chop, but then another hard flush down. The fact that that didn't happen, you could kind of feel that this move was coming. So I was out. That's probably going to be it for me tonight, guys. I'm pretty sleepy. I still got a little bit of things to do around the house. Yeah, Peg. So, like, usually you'll either get that tap and go rejection at key levels on the short side, or it will be a straight hard flush through it, and then the retest will come from the downside, right? Like, that's how the short side plays generally play out. You really don't want it hanging around and being slow. You want it to be aggressive and you want it to be fast. Otherwise, you're risking this kind of stuff happening, right? You just don't. The long side's different, right? This kind of action, if this was upside, you'd be perfectly comfortable sitting in. Perfectly fine. But you want it to be kind of aggressive on the downside when you're shorting the market. Like I said, 80% of the time the market's going up. There's that brief 20% of the time where the market's going down and the money can be really good and really fast. And you want it to be violent if you're in that short side position. You want it to be quick. And if it's not, you're not executing the short from the right spot. Let's put it that way. Fletcher can probably attest to that. He likes to short the market. Anybody who likes to short the market can attest to that. Like, you really want it to be violent and quick. Otherwise, you're just not, your entry isn't in a good spot. But yeah, that's probably going to be it for me tonight, guys. Like I said, I need to get some rest. I will be back tomorrow morning with a pre-market trading plan. For those of you who have access to it, thanks for tuning in tonight. If you're lurking, feel free to hit that subscribe button if you want to support the channel. I'll be back tomorrow evening for another Globex stream. I'm going to get the next setup video filmed tomorrow for Quant Tower. Hopefully that's either out tomorrow evening or early Tuesday. Glad to be back, guys. Missed you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.